Hi there everyone, this is Scott Nicholson. Welcome to the update for the Because Play Matters Game Lab. So what's been going on with us over the last few weeks? We've continued development on our game for Fort Stanwix, and we're actually building a web-based prototype now using ChoiceScript. ChoiceScript is a tool that allows you to create multiple choice type activities. It can track points and track things like that, so it looks like it's going to work really well for us to develop this prototype of this game. It's the game's working title is Stories from Stanwix, where you're going to play through some of the stories of the soldiers, officers, and civilians that were involved with Fort Stanwix during that battle in the Revolutionary War. And so you'll get to see some things from their perspective, you'll make choices, then you'll get to see how your choices compared to history and how, if you did a better job in dealing with the problems with Fort Stanwix. So we're still in development on that. We're also moving forward on a game for the Science Museum in Syracuse, the MOOC. And so through this game, we actually are talking. I went to a conference last week called Meaningful Play, and at that conference, I attended a session on creating environmental-based games. And so we're using the process I learned from that conference to create a game. And we really want to make something where there's social engagement between the players. It engages players in a something they have an interest in that's science related. So we're actually going to be trying to meet with the county in Syracuse to understand what are some large-scale issues that the county is facing that would have a science bent, and then work with the Science Museum to find out how we could create a game. And one of the things about these environmental games is you want the play of the game to lead to real action, not just awareness and not just call for action, but as they play the game, things are changing. So that's what we're doing right now. We're trying to figure out what game is going to meet those different needs, and so that's pretty exciting. I've given 2 talks since I last saw you. As I mentioned, the Meaningful Play Conference. I gave a paper there about strategies for meaningful gamification. And so in this paper, what I did is I looked at concepts of what play is and what play means, and most importantly, the optional nature of play. And then I looked at participatory museum design and science museum design, and looked at and built up several big strategies on how you actually do meaningful gamification based out of concepts of participatory museum design and concepts of play. You can find that paper at becauseplaymatters.com. Up at the top there's a little publications area, and you can find the paper there. I also gave a talk last week at the Games-Based Learning massive online course that's going on right now. That talk was recorded and put on YouTube, and this talk was a general introduction to meaningful gamification. I talked about some of I talked about my first paper about the theories behind meaningful gamification. I talked about the strategies, and I talked a little bit about where I'm going next. So the piece I'm now working on is actually on meaningful gamification in the classroom. This last semester I've been doing a lot with gamification in both my gamification class and my other class, and I've learned a lot of lessons and thought a lot about this, and so now I'm starting to talk about how do you create meaningful gamification in the classroom, which does not revolve around points, levels, and leaderboards. Let's not reinvent chocolate-covered broccoli here, and so I've been really thinking a lot about that. So you can find both of these through the becauseplaymatters.com website. If you go there, you'll see the link for this video and those other links there as well. So that's what we're up to. I've got more presentations. Next week I'm off to Columbus, Ohio, to NASAGA, North American Simulation Games Association. That's one of my favorite conferences, and I'll be doing some workshops there on how to take passions for games and bring it into an organization, and how to extract interesting mechanisms for games and use that to develop transformative games. So that's what I'll be doing there. And the next Game Designers Guild meeting is coming right up in a few weeks. It's going to be Friday, November 16th at Heinz Hall. We'll start at 5:30. Also, I'm giving 2 other talks you might be interested in. And on November 13th, it's a Tuesday at 3 p.m., I'm giving a talk at Syracuse University's downtown school for the over where our VPA department is. I'll be giving a talk there, and on November 14th I'm giving a talk at Cornell. Both these talks are on meaningful gamification, and again you'll find all the details you need over at becauseplaymatters.com. So that's it, and hopefully you all are gotten through the Sandy quite well. It missed us here in Syracuse. We're very thankful for that, and I'm sure some of you are still struggling with it. So my best wishes on that. Take care, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.